This changes everything for the Boston Celtics. The Boston Celtics in their last few games have been injury-ridden, but they also played two teams in the Portland Trail Blazers and Philadelphia 76ers who have also been injury-ridden. So this is a great time for Joe Mazzulla to play these end-of-the-bench guys and that stay-ready group in the Maine Celtics guys in Jordan Walsh and Neemias Queta, as well as a much more. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another video here on Celtics Digest. But before we get into any Celtics talk, if you guys are liking the content that we're dropping here on Celtics Digest, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button. A lot of you guys are watching our content and you're not subscribed, so please go ahead and hit that subscribe button. You're not going to want to miss it. We drop a lot of content here every single week on the Boston Celtics and also go live on Wednesdays, and you don't want to miss the live this coming week, as we will be live right before that game against the Oklahoma City Thunder. And without further ado, let's get right into this video. So this video is something about the Maine Celtics, those Maine Celtics guys who are constantly staying ready on the end of the bench for the Celtics team. And this is the time that they needed to step up for this team, as a lot of guys were missing from the lineup. And the first player I really want to get into is none other than Neemias Queta. And Joe Mazzulla definitely said it best when it came to Neemias Queta. Joe Mazzulla, on getting Neemias Queta, I told him yesterday I truly believe that he has a chance to be a good player in this league. He won games for us. I really believe in him, and he's got a good chance to be good. So, just got to stay on him. And I love that from Joe Mazzulla, because Neemias Queta has definitely impacted the Celtics in a positive way all season long. He came to the Celtics last year, and he's been up and down between the Maine Celtics, and he's really been here with the Celtics all season long. And fun fact for a lot of you stat guys, Celtics fans, he is third in plus minus for the Celtics team this year, which is very surprising. You know, Neemias Queta doesn't get a lot of time, but when he does play, he does positively impact this team on both sides of the floor. But let's look at his stats from last night and with the last 5 games as well. Neemias Queta started a game last night against the Philadelphia 76ers, playing 24 minutes, and he shot 10 times, but only had 8 points. But there was a lid on the rim for him in the first half, but that did not stop him from being a force down low, as he grabbed 9 rebounds, 4 on the offensive glass, which is huge for this Boston Celtics team. As we all know, they are shooting historically from the three-point line this year, and having that offensive rebounding down low is huge for the Celtics. If he goes back up and finishes, draws a foul to get to the free throw line, or even kick it back out to set that offense back up, this is much needed for the Celtics team. If we look back 2 games ago against the Denver Nuggets, Queta played 17 minutes also with 8 points. But if you look at his rebounding line, once again, 10 rebounds with 3 offensive rebounds. This is huge for the Celtics once again, because it shows how gritty he is. He's getting on the floor. He's getting those Tommy points for the Boston Celtics team, and he's really showing that he belongs on the floor. I think with more confidence and more time, that Neemias Queta will be a great backup center for the Celtics team and brings a different type of presence that, of course, Luke Kornet can play for the Celtics, but they had shown that they could play together on the court, which is huge for the Celtics as well, giving them a couple different looks on offense instead of running that 5 out that they usually do with Al Horford and Kristaps Porziņģis. Another guy that's very important to this Boston Celtics team, especially when Jaylen Brown and Jayson Tatum are not playing, is none other than Jordan Walsh. Jordan Walsh has played a huge part in this Celtics roster this year, picking up minutes in those games that those guys have missed, and he is a great two-way player and will constantly get better and better as he plays more. I love this quote from Bobby Kavitsky out on Twitter. He says, "Nice showing from Jordan Walsh defensively yesterday," and this is about the Portland Trail Blazers game. "He's active, utilizes his length well, and defends downhill, attacks with his chest, even against stronger players. Walsh has quick feet, he can cover a lot of ground in his little time, and he closes out in control. Even when he got scored on last night, players had to earn it, and Joe Mazzulla said playing him over 20 minutes last night, make sure he continues to grow. Walsh made good on his opportunity and demonstrated the value of giving him more chances." Absolutely agree with everything that is said in this tweet. Jordan Walsh, the more that he plays, the better he will get. He's been a great basketball player throughout his whole career in high school, being a 5-star player and then a one-and-done at Arkansas. He constantly showed that he is a great two-way player. He could score when he's needed, but for the Celtics, he's needed for his length and his defensive play, especially getting on the floor, getting a lot of those Tommy points as we keep bringing up. And let's look at his stat line in the past 3 games specifically. Last night against the Sixers, he played 13 minutes, having 5 points, shooting 2 for 3 from the field. But he was grabbing some boards as well, a couple assists, and getting a steal. But he was all over the floor last night, which does not show up on the stat sheet. And then again, we see in a game against Portland where he had 21 minutes with just 3 points, 1 for 1 from the field. But again, defensively, he is showing his presence, and he's feeling that presence for the other team, especially important in a young team as well, showing that he belongs on the court. And Joe Mazzulla does like both of these players a lot because they show a lot of grit and show that they belong to be there and play with this stacked Celtics lineup. And going forward with injuries, he could have a lot of confidence letting them play and have a bigger leash and feeling more confident in the clutch minutes for the Celtics team going down the line. But going into more of these Maine Celtics team guys that are playing a lot of minutes, I'd like to bring up somebody who started last night as well in Jrue Peterson. Jrue Peterson really did not fill up the stat sheet a lot last night, getting the start with no Jaylen Brown. But he does, again, like a lot of these guys, I'm going to say it repeatedly, they have a lot of length. And Jrue Peterson, we've seen him get a lot of his minutes, whether it was this season or last season, getting more confidence in his shot, able to knock down those open threes, and even having a dribble pull-up from the free throw line if needed. But he is another one of those gritty players that the Celtics have at the end of the bench that are not afraid to put their life on the line and go on the floor and grab a jump ball or go and just change the game and be a game changer like we get to see with Peyton Pritchard, to why he's not starting games because he comes off the bench with a different type of energy, and that is what these guys are bringing as well. J.D. Davison, another guy who I expected to get a little bit more time last night, but with the guard depth that the Celtics had, they believe that the lineup that they were running last night was the lineup to help them get the win. And I do think J.D. Davison will gain some more confidence from Joe Mazzulla down the line, as he has been a great player in the G League. As we know, he is their all-time leading scorer and was just player of the month this month. So he's going to gain more confidence and learn how to be more of a league guard as he's getting more time practicing with these Boston Celtics team on the NBA side as well. And one last player I do really want to touch on, as he has been apparently getting some flack from Celtics fans, which I do not truly understand, is Baylor Scheierman. Baylor Scheierman has been a great player in his career. He's an older rookie guy, which has seen to do a lot better in the NBA as of the last few years. He's a great three-point shooter, but he can score at all 3 levels because he is a big body. You know, back in college, whether he was at the Dakotas or if he was at Creighton, he's a 1,000-point scorer, so he knows how to score the ball, and he's gaining more confidence as you see him blow the kiss to the Sixers sideline as he hit it right in front of their face. He's gaining more confidence, had a career high in 15 points as we touched on in our latest videos, but he is going to continue to get better, and if he doesn't deserve this flack just because he reminds me of a Sam Hauser when he first started, getting a lot of times with the Maine Celtics and coming back up and not getting a lot of time to start. But his three-pointing shooting is going to continuously be better, and it's going to show when he gets more of these minutes that he belongs to be there. And I think one thing that stands out for me for Baylor Scheierman that is going to help him get more minutes is him taking that charge on Guerschon Yabusele, who was running full steam ahead right at him and took the charge, which is a big body, of course, to take a charge on. And I think that's what's going to get a lot of these main guys a lot more time down the line, bearing more injuries from the Celtics. You know, you never want to think about injuries, but with the Celtics team down the line, especially with Kristaps Porziņģis, it is somewhat expected, but it's something you don't want to wish on. But you can trust a lot of these guys at the end of the bench because you know they're going to come in with some grit and some energy for this team down the line. And if you guys like this video, please go ahead and drop a like. And I would love to hear what you guys have to say about this Celtics depth, because there are a lot of interesting pieces on the end of the bench for this Celtics team, and I would love to hear you guys' thoughts on that. And let's go Boston Celtics, and I will see you guys in the next one.